My name is Scott Drapkin. I've been a city planner for the last, I don't know, 30 years. I currently manage the city of Costa Mesa in Southern California.
What key life experiences have formed who you are today?
I studied architecture and I went through a semester or two at Cal Poly in the architecture program. I finally got into a class with a gentleman and we were doing modeling. It was a design that we had to create a house on an island and we had setbacks for the island, and I felt like I did a wonderful job. And the teacher gave me a C minus. So I spent hours on it, and I noticed that some of the other students in the class, they got A's and B's. And I also noticed that they didn't build to the envelope that was given in the syllabus. The dean of the urban planning school was walking down the corridor and asked me to come into his office. And I came into his office and he said, "You don't need to be an architect anymore. You need to be an urban planner. All those things that you're crying about and whining about have to do with planning."
How did you become passionate and involved in your city?
So the city that I work in now is a city that I visited, for my whole life. It has the Orange County Fairgrounds in it. It's near the water. It's very much in the middle of the city. It's very diverse. It's got populations that range from super upper income to lower, very low income. There's a lot of different land uses and people, and it's exciting for me and it's dynamic.
What are your core values and how are they reflected in your work?
I think my core values are still really weighed heavy on ethics, but now I give my opinions a little bit more with regards to my experiences and looking at different ways to plan for a lot of diversity.
So why is your city a great city?
Costa Mesa is absolutely a great city. It has a good level of industrial. It has a good level of residential. It has a good level of commercial. It's balanced. It's flexible. We can. It relies on a lot of public input and going out for public outreach to design how the city works and operates.
What causes, projects, and activities are you involved in and why, relating to your core values and your mission?
Right now, I'm changing pretty much the whole process of our zoning to account for an additional 11,700 more units in the city, which is basically a quarter of the residential units that we have in the city now, to try to create housing that will serve the state, because the state has a shortage of housing.
How do you collaborate with other groups and individuals to realize your impactful work?
So what we'll do with many planning efforts, like how your community is going to change or designing plans for communities, we'll do notifications to these communities, get their ideas, explain to them the project, give them electronic devices, and allow them to vote on things that they like and they don't like.
What other creators who are focused on similar causes, projects, and activities have influenced you?
I guess I've been influenced by a lot of managers that I've worked under. You work under people or you studied under people, and the important part about that is to know that when you're with these folks, look at some of the good things, and when they have bad things, understand their perspective, but also log that in the back of your mind that, hey, that's not the way I want to be.
What would you recommend I do to become a future creator of our great city?
I would recommend that you go on the city's website, see what their processes are about, really try to read some of the reports that they provide. When you're driving around or when you're visiting an area, look at different aspects of the community, but look around from a different perspective.